What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome back. It's good to have you. It's 7 o'clock New York time, 6 a.m. here in Houston. Hope you're having a great day. Just looking at the charts. I did not get up to trade the London scalp, but it was another great opportunity to catch a few pips right here. Worked out beautifully, taking the first 5-minute opening range breakout trade. I need to do some more work on this and see if I can get a better way to capture a little bit more of the move than just half hour. Maybe going to break even at half and then letting it run to one. I'm wondering if that might be better. I don't know. But it definitely, the last few days, I've seen that it's been going at least 1-to-1. And this morning it went to almost 1.5, but 1.25 for sure. So I don't know. Just finding a way to maybe optimize that a little bit more. We'll see how the 10-minute does. 10-minute hasn't been working quite as well in the month of February. So, but I am eyeing the sell side liquidity here. We've reached back up into this higher time frame fair value gap right here. Put in a lower low. We've pulled back. Did create kind of a higher high. Haven't really been able to. We tapped into this bullish fair value gap. This one is the CPI print from Tuesday. Right here. So kind of just waiting to see what. I'm still more bearish on euro. Report came out that EU or the UK has issued their GDP is in a recession, or at least it's contracting, which I guess is technically a recession. So the pound not quite as strong as euro has been recently. Pound has been weaker, but still anticipating a little bit more weakness here from euro, even if it wants to reclaim some more of this on the lower time frames. These Asian lows down here, London lows, just didn't get a big pop on the London move, and wouldn't surprise me if we get a little bit of a pullback here. So that's what we'll be looking at. But good morning, everyone. John. We have not decided that we are called Venitards. I don't think that that's appropriate. I mean, if you want to refer to yourself as that, that's fine. But it's not management approved for everyone who follows the channel to be Venitards. Yeah, we'll see how it sticks. What's up, Cisco? This has been approved. Hello, hunters. Definitely approved. Pound data is dog water for now. Yeah. Do you think Taylor Swift personally approved the name Swifties or Justin Bieber's Beliebers? Or Beehive fans of Beyonce? Now you got Venitards. I don't know. I guess, yeah, but I guess if they were called Swiftards or Beliebtards, that they both would probably be like, you know what, we're probably not going to use that word. Veniswifts, Venabeliebs, I don't know. Venitards, I mean, you're going to get me canceled. I'm sure they soft approved them. Yeah. I'm definitely, you're going to wake up tomorrow and I'm going to get a YouTube ban. I'm not going to be able to stream anymore because John's passion to refer to us as mentally challenged hunters. That's true. They probably didn't say stop. But by not saying stop, that is in some ways, that is an approval. Either way. Either way. Oh man. It's Thursday. How was your Valentine's Day, guys? Anybody do anything romantic and loving with their significant others? We did not. After 27 years, we didn't even. We did nothing. We did nothing special, other than just it's just another day. Every day is Valentine's when you're married to my wife. That's how I feel. The luckiest guy on the planet. And she's not even awake to hear me say that. Let's see here. NQ, still ripping higher. Still ripping higher, man. Just respecting every single order block and PD array it comes to. Sell side liquidity targets for any pullbacks. Be looking for rejections off of these areas. We do have some news this morning. We've got some retail sales coming out, and I think there's actually more than that. Let's see. What is today? Today's Thursday. We've got core retail sales. We've got Empire State Manufacturing. We've got unemployment claims. All of that coming out at 8:30 today. So in about an hour and a half. I will not be on the stream for that. We're just going to get our hour in and chill. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter, but I did post a 10K account giveaway on Twitter yesterday for Valentine's. Bespoke is letting me do a Twitter giveaway. So if you haven't yet, you can go over to my profile and like and repost, tag a couple people. And that'll get you qualified. We'll be doing a draw. I'll be doing a drawing tomorrow morning on Twitter for those 3 10K accounts that we're giving away. And then we will be doing our regular live stream giveaway as well tomorrow. So be sure to be here for that. Get you another 10K possibly. None of you guys. Well, Cisco I think is who's on right now. Let me see this. Beeswax, what's going on? I think Beeswax, you've won a 10K, haven't you? I know Cisco has. John has not. John has not won a 10K. Ooh. If you don't know people to tag, you know John and you know Cisco. And you know Alfie, and you know Alfie's already won one, but you could tag him anyway. You know Dino. You know Shadow Trades. Just get in Discord and ask for 3 Twitter handles. Y'all can just tag each other. All the Vinitards. You know, it's been pretty nice. Not. Sorry, I was reading this headline. It's been nice not having to call trades on the stream, and it's definitely gotten my mind back in a good spot. So I know it's probably not enjoyable for you guys, but it's been helpful for me. And my trading is back to kind of where it was at the beginning of January, where we were kind of just knocking stuff out. Trying to finish up a futures combine right now with Top Step. That's the only update I'll give you. The challenge accounts are still in play with Bespoke right now. Pulling phase 2 back out of drawdown. Nearly back to break even on that, so that's good. Beeswax. I thought Beeswax is 1-1. Phase one up $41. That's awesome. Almost nearly 0.5%. Taking it slow and steady. All right, first 10-minute candle has printed. This 10-minute, I don't see anything right now that I would be wanting to take at all. It's very congested here on EU, and I'm not going to look at the indices until after 9:30. So I'm only looking at Forex pairs in the mornings until 9:30. And there's just nothing here that's attractive for me to want to get involved in. Very just congested traffic. The 10-minute opening range breakout here at 7 a.m. going for a 1-to-1. I'm not in this trade. Again, it hasn't been very, so far in February, hasn't been great. It's done a lot of this where it shoots up real quick right after or down, depending on the area of area you're looking at in. One thing that I haven't tried with the opening range breakout is a market order at the open in the direction of the first 10-minute candle. I want to go back and back test this, but basically you're getting a little bit of a tighter entry, which gives your 1-to-1 a lot more chances to play out. But this is a 2-pip stop. Like with commissions and stuff, it's just nearly impossible to make long-term money with a 2-pip stop. I mean, you're just gonna get eaten up so fast on commissions. Risking 2.2 pips to make 2.2 pips, versus this is basically a 3-pip stop. Still not great. But your trade has a little bit more work to do. 3 pips. Yeah, I know that's a lot. Cisco says, what's your view on dollar for 2024? The big boys disagree, but most say bearish, I heard. I mean, I think I would say bearish only because long term over the course of the year, they're going to be cutting interest rates. And every time they cut rates, the dollar's going to drop. So I think long term in 2024, it's going to be bearish for the dollar. They're going to want to pump the market as hard as they can. And that's not to say that there wouldn't be a black swan event, or that the market won't have retracements or pullbacks at points in this year. But my estimation is that you see any dollar strength is going to be short-lived through the beginning of the year, maybe through March, maybe through May, the first 5 months. And then once they start making cuts to the interest rate, that will quickly fall off. You look at the dollar right now, we're definitely in a bullish upswing here. We keep taking out buy side liquidity. We keep taking out old highs. This is the daily time frame, and I don't know that we get all the way back up to 107, but I think you could potentially see some play back in and around the 105, 106 area here. And then sometime either in March, we keep climbing up here through February, March, you start getting your rollover. But I don't know if you remember, but when we started the stream last year, we had said, this is when we started the stream. Last year, we had said we were anticipating a run of the dollar down into this monthly fair value gap, and then a run of these highs up into this fair value gap. And that's really played out. And now we're just back into this consolidation range right here. So we took out sell side. We took out buy side. To me, sell side has more attractiveness than taking out and making a new high here. Potentially we could. You're still inside this fair value gap here on the monthly time frame. You could reach back up above the October high here. Maybe. I don't think we will. My gut says as we come back up into here, maybe back up into this 105, retest some of these highs right here, maybe close in this fair value gap, pop up above it, close back below in March, and then April and May, you start seeing that rollover. And I think you start getting some body candle closures inside, at least into here. Maybe do you get below 100? Maybe. But I think you see a little bit more of a pop up on dollar. And then it starts to roll over. And we head back down into this monthly fair value gap. That's kind of what I'm looking for here. We'll see how it wants to respond. We've taken out this high. We displaced above this high. We're getting a retracement back down into this fair value gap. So Thursday, Friday could get a little bit of a bearish day today, and Friday pull back. I don't think this closes massive rejection today and tomorrow. That's just my gut. Is even if it closes bearish today on the dollar, I think Friday it pulls back up. I think this is going to be a weekly bullish candle. I don't think this closes bearish. I don't think we get that big of a rejection. But it's been ripping. Had basically a neutral first week of the year, and then ever since January, the dollar's just been pumping, mostly because all signs have pointed. I think people were anticipating early Fed cuts in March, and once they kind of realized that was off the table because inflation still sticky and hanging around, even though the market is booming, the market's being held up by basically 4 companies. The 4 or 5 big boys are Nvidia, Google, Amazon, Apple, Tesla. They are what's Microsoft. They're holding up everything else. And basically, in my estimation, creating a big old bubble. Yeah, if inflation does either stays basically not shrinking anymore, but continuing to stick where it's at 4% around in their reports around 4%. If it stays right there, they won't cut. They need inflation to be dropping before they want to make cuts. So if inflation sticks around to where it is, or even pops up a little bit higher than it was, they will. The dollar will keep pumping because they're not going to cut rates. As soon as they cut rates, the dollar's going to tank. Little 10-minute opening range breakout, nearly reaching its 1-to-1 target there of 3 pips. It's crazy how you can sit here and just to get a 3-pip move. We're still 20 minutes. We're 20 minutes into the New York 7 a.m. trading session, and it's we haven't moved 3 pips. Actually, I guess technically we did. The first 10 minutes was 3 pips, and we haven't moved 6 pips. John says, so do you or YouTube have a problem with words like petard, a small explosive device, or tardigrade, microscopic tardigrade? I don't think so, John. I think those are just real, actual words. Venitard is not a word. And it's actually the combination of 2 words, one being very offensive. If you don't have a problem with those words, then why do you have a problem with Venitard Nation? I think you know why. Market over expected the rate cuts. I always thought they were crazy saying like 6 to 7 cuts. I can't believe people were expecting 6 to 7 cuts this year either. But, people were super positive heading into the end of the year. There were some very dovish comments made by different members of the Fed that I think got everybody really excited and jazzed. And then they came out at the beginning of the year and were like, hey, guys, hold on a second. We're not making cuts in March. They're called the Magnificent Seven. Is that what it is? It's more than 5. I know it's not very many. It's basically just a handful of companies that is keeping the market on this rip. And any weakness or cracks in the armor of one or a couple of those companies, and this house of cards falls down. Sup GRK Forex, do you know how to pass on a trading account from an actual broker after you die? Whoa. No idea. Heavy question. I would just reach out to the actual broker and ask if they have some kind of beneficiary document that gives someone else access to that account to trade or to withdraw besides yourself. But I'm not really sure about that. Cisco says compare S&P chart with the RSP chart. RSP is equal weighted S&P to see the scale of the pool of Mag 7. I've never done that. Didn't even know that existed, but that's pretty cool. It is morbid. It's a serious question. I agree with you. It is a serious question, and you should probably consider that. I just don't know. I just don't know what that is. I'm sure they have to have some kind of beneficiary document. That's a beneficiary is the person who is the recipient of of whatever asset is that you have, if it's a life insurance policy or payout of some kind. So I'm assuming they have, or if you just have another registered user that you can add to the account, like you do, like on some credit cards, you can, like if I got a credit card, I could add another user, like I could add my wife to my credit card account or my bank account or whatever that is. So I don't know. I think as long as you either had a beneficiary affidavit in place or if you had some kind of secondary user access that's authorized to access your account, then if you pass on and that person has your account information, they would still be able to access it, either close it down, withdraw it, or keep trading on it. Did a quick Google search a few days ago, and there's no info on it for any broker, so I guess you really have to reach out to them and make such requests. I think so, probably. You probably just need to email support and be like, hey, what's the process if I were to, can I add a secondary user, or is there a document that we can sign that says this person can make withdrawals on the event of my passing or something like that? What's up, Shadow Trades? Welcome in, man. This is not financial advice. I have no idea. You're throwing out a hypothetical, and I'm just hypothetically answering you. I am not a financial analyst, and I do not know the answers to these questions. I'm just hypothecating. I don't know, it looks like 1-to-1 here. It might get a tap in on this this opening range. Not quite tapped it yet. I did not take this trade. I've kind of given up on the 10-minute opening range breakout trade here on the New York sessions. But I'm still keeping data on it. I'm just not taking them on the live trade. And there it would have hit a 1-to-1 there on that opening range breakout. The 10-minute opening range breakout, and I'm guessing the 5-minute would have worked as well. 5-minute was here. It's just, man, working with a 2 or 3 pip stop is you're just gonna get eaten up, completely eaten up on commissions, and your profits are gonna be not true 1-to-1s, basically. Is gold going higher? No, gold's not really ripping higher. Typically, gold and euro move together. Not all the time, but often gold and euro will often move to go together because they're so tied to the dollar strength and weakness. And typically, when the dollar's weak, gold's rising up here. Gold near a 2-month low. Investors eye U.S. data for rate cut cues. That's what it all comes down to. Is as soon as they tell us that when rate cuts could be expected, even if they tell us, hey, we're gonna cut rates in May. If they told us that right now, the dollar would be weak. They would start pricing in, anticipating the weakness of the dollar right now. But you can see 2 hours ago, gold hovers near a 2-month low as rate cut hopes dim, mainly meaning the rate cuts in March. That's the first time that they would probably cut rates is in March, and they're basically saying, no, we're not. March, it's not going to happen in March. Unless they just want to shock the system. Biden needs a big shot in the arm. Some more economic data to point to say that Bidenomics is working. Bidenomics is trash. Anyone trades NNFX there, I am not able to join the streams every day, but I do when I can, just for the psychology of not doing anything when there's no trade. I will try to be more active on the Discord. I execute on the 5-minute and keep my stop fixed at 15.5 pips. I don't trade NNFX. But glad you're here, and thanks for joining and watching the stream, man. And I'm glad you're finding it helpful to just kind of chill and watch candles print and watch price action deliver. Very interesting how you consolidate, you manipulate that consolidation, and now we're taking out the highs here. We're having a failure to close above this old high. We've taken out the buy side and wicked above it, and you can see how price has not been able to get a body candle close above these highs. Wicks do the damage and the bodies tell the story. So basically what you're waiting for is if you get a body candle close displaced above this high, then you could probably look for more bullish setups. But for me, if we continue to just reject off of this, I would be looking for some sell side liquidity targets here. And this is just gold. If you get a body candle close above this, then you could look for some refills of these gaps over here. This is a gold chart, by the way, that I'm looking at, the gilded gals. And basically, same thing. If you had been using this area right here, these old highs right here. So this is a great example of what I was talking about, basically for the same thing of this scenario here. You had these old highs all the way back here, couldn't close above, couldn't close above, couldn't close above. The first body candle closure that you get is right here. The body candle closes above it, and then what does it want to do? It starts running for the high of this wick right here into this fair value gap up here. So you would wait for a pullback. This is Don V's strategy on gold. One of his strategies is basically wait for a body candle closure above old highs or lows or old wicks. And then as this candle right here, starts to put in a bottom wick, you would wait for a reversal of that. So this candle closes, it closes above an old high. The next candle opens, as it starts to put in a bottom wick, you would put a stop order so that when it reverses, you catch that move up. Of course, it does retrace a little bit again, puts another bottom wick in, but it just retests these old wicks. And then it starts running up here into these highs. And so that's kind of what you're expecting here now. This is live price action. It's come down multiple times back into those wicks. So unless you get a body candle closure below here or a body candle closure above here, you're not really wanting to, it's just kind of range bound there on the Gilded Gals. That's some of Don Vo's strategy. He's a YouTube streamer. 3,000 or 4,000 people watch him every day. And he does hyper scalps. Like if he was in this trade right here, if this candle had opened and started to push down, he would be like, I'm putting a stop right here. My stop loss is down here. And he would say that his target is this old wick high. But I swear to God, as soon as it broke this high right here, he would be out of the trade. That's it. That's the whole, and he would put on like a 30 lot on gold and make like $3,000, $3, $4, $5,000 on that little move right there. But his stop is way down here. And there's times when he gets triggered in. I mean, it doesn't happen often, but he'll hit a 40K, 70K loss on this thing. So, but I mean, he did grow account to over $1 million with that hyper scalping strategy right there. Anyway, euro dollar just ripping, man. Running hot and heavy in the New York Open here. Alex, you have to buy the CME data on TradingView to trade with Top Step. No. Well, you don't have to buy it. So it comes free with Top Step, Alex. It is provided on the Combine. Comes as part of the package. What do you mean by manipulation? That implies there's a higher power outside the market changing it to their benefit. Higher power just meaning the actual, what I would consider, John, I guess, in smart money concepts, it's the composite man. It's the market movers. It's the institutions that actually move price beyond the retail position. So when you have old, basically it's the idea of where liquidity is, and so we want to, where are the orders? So if big guys, they're not going to drop. Let's say they want to trade 500 lots. Well, they need all the seller. If they want to buy gold, they need to find sellers or buyers, right? If they're selling it, they need to find buyers. If they're buyers, they need to find sellers. And so where are the orders that if they want to buy, there's not 500 lots. Let's just say, I'm just using a round number. They can't just drop a 500 lot. It's not going to get filled. So where are all of their lots going to get filled at? Where all of the orders are resting underneath here. And so they will manipulate price down. They'll sell price so that they can push price lower to get all of the orders filled. Number one, they're going to get a better price, and they need to match their orders to the other side. So where are those orders resting? They're resting down here. So we're going to tap into them, pick up all the orders so that we can run price higher. That's a smart money concept of liquidity. To move the market, oftentimes they will push it lower. And they being the composite man, they being the central banks, the massive institutions that are actually trading on sizes that we don't even understand and can compare to or comprehend. Our little half lot or one lot. There's 500 one lots here. Well, one guy wants to drop a 500 lot. He's going to push it down and match up all those orders so that he can run price higher. That's what manipulation is. An area of consolidation manipulates lower, meaning it just runs the liquidity to one side or the other so that it can dig higher. John, it was a nursery in the UK. Not sure they need to hear you say hi. John, Top Step TV says had 21,000 watching yesterday. Really? They had 21,000? No way. 21K, that's not impressive. Impressive is less than 10 loyal viewers. Amen, Cisco. Let's go. Vented disciples. How about that? Instead of Venetards, vented disciples. Oh. GRK says if you want to buy, then you have to convince everyone to sell and vice versa. In trading, they would create setup scenarios that would project the message for retail to buy. Yeah, basically it's just saying, hey, sucker in, come on in, guys. The water's fine. And there's a pool of sharks or alligators or hippos waiting for you when you jump in. The market's job is to facilitate trade. When the market moves, it's finding new areas that facilitates trade towards that goal. Market moves toward liquidity, but I wouldn't call that manipulation. Yeah, I mean that's your hypothesis, and I think that's fair to hold, and I don't necessarily disagree with that sentiment totally. I think we would be naive. I think it's a little naive to think that there's not big movers in the market that will manipulate, that can push such size into the market that they can manipulate it in such a way to their benefit. We cannot manipulate the market as retail traders in such a way that it benefits us. We are trying to ride waves of where the big fish swim. We want to get in their wake and just surf that wave in the direction they're going. To think that there are not people or entities or institutions that can't move the market where they want to go so that they can get the price that they want to move it in the direction they truly want to go, I think is a bit naive. I think there are players, and I say players meaning maybe not a individual trader, but there is somebody either directing or that can at times manipulate the market to their benefit. That's none of us. It never will be any of us. We're talking billions and billions of dollars worth of movement that can push the market. Shanghai says Top Step is the most boring live stream, to be honest. Another person, Shanghai. I had that opinion early on when John was really getting me to try to watch it. I was not super impressed with the live stream. Um, it definitely feels, and I've watched it a few more times, and I do like the guys that are on there. I like the way that I see what they're trying to do. Um, but I also feel like there's just the interviews, like actually just sitting there listening to them trade, isn't super helpful to me. They all just randomly get in and out of positions. It seems like they don't really have set rules or strategies that they're following. It's just, oh, I see market pumping, I'm going to buy here, I'm going to add on here. Oh, I'm going to get out right here. Oh, it looks like it's coming back down. That's kind of the way it has felt to me at times when I've watched um, everyone trading on there, and they just kind of, now I when they actually talk to other traders, interview other traders, when they talk about when they do some kind of the analysis on some of the traders info, when they'll bring up stats and they'll talk about how traders have been trading or what they've been doing. They look at their win percentages, their risk reward. That stuff's very interesting. Um, they do get into some news and fundamentals, and that's interesting to listen to. But yeah, it's not. I understand what they're trying to do, but um, I don't. I think they've got some work to do on production and just overall trading content. Like if you're actually doing live trading, like I don't know. Thank you, John. You're a true friend, my man. Shadow Tread says, I lost my challenge account. Started August, ended yesterday. Lessons learned, mistakes noted. It's all right, man. Dude, I've lost many a challenge account. I've lost many a challenge account. All right, are we getting to 15? Did we get a 15-minute close above? In the next minute and 59 seconds on gold here. We'll see how this plays out. But if you get a body candle closure above this area here, then I would wait for a bottom wick to be put in and then see if we can't push higher here. But if this, in the next minute and a half, this body closes back inside and rejects again off of that, then you could look for more consolidation here. But if we can get a strong body candle close above, which it looks like it's trying to do, then you might be able to anticipate a position wherein, as it starts to put in a bottom wick, when it reverses, it should push higher. And where might it want to push? At least up into the top of that fair value gap right here. Could say this is actually the true fair value gap, that high right there, but I would probably target like maybe 50% of this move, of this fair value gap right there, which would put it somewhere around that area for a scalp anyway, if you didn't want to target the ultimate high there. We'll just watch and see how that analysis plays out. I'm not looking to take a trade right now on anything. I'm more bearish on foreigns than I am bullish right now. So these bullish moves, I'm just kind of standing aside and letting them do their thing. All right, we got the candle closure above. I think I would want to see a wick pull back into that last wick there before I would want to just get into a market buy. Like I wouldn't just buy that. There are people that probably would. They're like, hey, it displaced and closed above. We're gonna just take this market order buy and we're gonna target that fair value gap. If I was going to trade this strategy, I would wait for a pullback down at least into here. And then once it's trading at this level, I would set a stop order so that when it comes back up, it pushes higher. You're trading in with the momentum, but wait for that bottom wick to print. All right, I'm going to stay on for about 15 more minutes. We'll get our hour in today, and then we'll be back tomorrow with another 15 minutes. I'm not going away yet, but we'll get our hour in, and then tomorrow we'll be doing our 10K account giveaway. All right, so there's that wick down, pull back in. So basically you would have a stop order either at the break of this candle or just back above at entry. You could have a little stop order right there. Nice bottom wick print here to start that next 15-minute candle. You do have news at, remember, you do have news coming out, retail sales, Empire State Manufacturing, unemployment claims, all coming in at 8:30. So, but having a stop order right there, you could either use this low or this old low here. Smash that like button. I'm all for hitting the like button, man. Euro dollar finding a lot of strength. Dollar gapped lower here. This is the close of yesterday. It gapped lower overnight in the Asian session, pulled back up, basically refilled that gap, and has just found nothing but sellers on the dollar here. So on the 15-minute, again, if you had waited for that bottom wick to print and gotten back in at the flip of that price, you would be in that trade. And if this was Dombo trading, he would probably already have closed this trade right there. If this was his stop, he would have been like, okay, I've moved to break even and I'm not doing anything else. Out of this trade. Winning trade, done. Right there. Wait for the flip, get a push up, close it out. It's not a super complicated strategy from the live streams I've watched of his. It really is just trying to find those areas where price is failing to close above, and then once it does, waiting for a wick in the opposite direction to be put in, and then you're waiting for the candle to flip bullish and continue on in the area of displacement. No rants today, other than the getting on John about the Vinatard stuff. No rants. It's unfortunate. Let's see what's going on Twitter. Man, there's a lot of stuff going on with the prop firm world right now. We haven't really talked much about that, but MetaQuote's pulling away, shutting down tech, shutting down firms. Funding pips has had issues. Funded engineers had issues. Some companies that had a lot of momentum last year have been just slapped down. True Forex funds, I think, has had some issues. Several several firms having some problems. There's a guy, I don't know if you guys have know. There's a trader I recently found out about, and I just don't keep up with the trading world all that much, but maybe you guys have heard him. But KDS, I think it's what it is. KDS trades. I think he's a British guy, UK guy. Uh, ICT trader, smart money concept trader. But have been watching some of his. I don't know if it's Instagram or TikTok or whatever, but he posts just some of his videos from his live Discord trading room. Uh, he's been having some great trades recently. I don't know if anybody follows him or knows who I'm talking about. I think it's KDS. I'm on all messages. Oh, maybe I'm not. Damn it. So I always forget to change the one I'm watching. Spoofing. Uh, yeah, I don't know. It's only illegal if the people who actually want to manipulate the market catch someone else doing it. It's called Congress. It's called the feds. They're the only ones that can actually manipulate and not get in trouble. I got them all on. I'm catching back up. Just because I don't read every comment out loud doesn't mean I'm not reading the chat. Vinitards. So it's 30-minute candles about to close, and you can see on the 30-minute time frame not being able to close bullish outside of that range there. So we'll see what happens. Dollar getting some kind of pullback here. Just a little bit of rejection. I mean, it's still bearish, but moving down, displacement, recover some of that fair value gap, rebalance that to move lower. Historically, you not reading all comments has meant you weren't on all messages, so as a trader, I will play that likelihood. Fair. The appeal of this channel is when you read my chats out loud, especially the funny ones. Well, see, there's a completely subjective statement. You're relying on me to decide what I think, which of John's comments are funny and worth reading out loud. Can you give us a synopsis of the issues of the firms are having? So MetaQuotes has pulled licenses from some brokers because they are using their they're participating with prop firms and thereby circumventing some of the regulations and issues that some people, like for instance US traders, can't trade CFDs. And so prop firms are just using demo accounts, but it's just in MetaQuote's eyes kind of shady practices of not true live account broker type dealings. And so they have pulled the MetaQuote license. And so basically what it means is these firms are going to have to find some other platforms to use besides MetaTrader. So they're going to have to get in, like there's some firms now offering like DX, CTrader, I don't know, just other platforms that you can trade Forex on besides MetaTrader. MetaTrader was just always the easiest, even though it was so clunky and old and just gross to use. It was basically accepted everywhere, the kind of the industry standard. And so MetaQuotes is pulling licenses from brokers who are using and working with prop firms, because prop firms are bringing in a ton of quote unquote customers. So prop firms are basically collecting all of the money. Brokers aren't. I guess prop firms are paying brokers setup fees or whatever, but so that's an issue that that several firms have been having, is that their back-end tech companies are just like, hey, there's something shady going on. Funded Engineer, I think specifically in the email that was released on why all of their accounts were frozen and when no one was able to access anything, was that in an independent audit, a regularly scheduled audit of accounts with that prop firm, their back-end tech company found that they were using fraudulent practices to create fake funded traders and fake payouts to basically induce more people to sign up with their firm. They went in and found just a whole bunch of random funded accounts that were created by Funded Engineer. Now, Funded Engineer says that they're lying and that they didn't do this and that they're going to create their own back-end tech whatever. It's just a whole lot of mess going on that isn't good for prop firm, the industry, because it just feeds into the scammy nature that a lot of people view trading Forex worth anyway already. And it's just not great. So I don't know what all the other issues are, but I know it's hit several firms where they're just randomly getting their tech companies that are supporting them are just shutting them down, not supporting them anymore. Either because they fear regulation, because they fear that they're skirting rules, that they're finding loopholes that allow them to have shady business practices, basically. So we'll see. Funding Pips, I know, is hit. I know Funded Engineer's been hit. I think True Forex Funds or Funded Next has been hit. There's several that are. I wouldn't say they're the top firms in the industry, but they're fairly well known. I mean, if you're invested at all in the prop firm world, you've probably heard these names before. What's up, Dino? Dino, just in time for me to sign off. Guys, it's the top of the hour. That's all I got today. So good to have you all on the stream. We'll be back tomorrow for our 10K account giveaway. And we're also doing our Twitter giveaway. So go over there and like and repost the Valentine's giveaway that I put up yesterday. And you can do a Twitter giveaway. We're doing 3 10K accounts on Twitter, and then we'll be doing our 10K account on the live stream tomorrow. So thanks, guys, for being here. We'll catch y'all tomorrow. Have a great day. Adios, y'all.